When you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
Alright you guys, so I have not watched the full video yet, and I shared it on my Facebook one time, and it's about how sugar affects your stomach and your body. So I wanted to actually do a reaction video on it with you guys, and then share it with you on my thoughts about it and why I agree or disagree with the video. And I know probably if it's a 41-minute video, so it probably in the end is trying to sell you something, some kind of miracle diet pill, which I disagree with miracle diet pills, because what they do is they get your weight off fast and everything, and then you start trying to eat normal and you lay off the pill, because you can only take a diet pill safely for 6 to 12 weeks at a time. And then once you get off that pill, you gain every ounce of your weight back. So I disagree with diet pills. I feel like portion control and moving more on any type of exercise, even if it's just fast walking, is more healthy for you than going on these fad diets that's all meat, that's all this, that's all that, all cutting out all carbs or eating all carbs or something like that. None of that's good for you. None of it's good for your body. You need portion control. You need a certain amount of meat in your body, in your diet. You need a certain amount. Well, you know, vegetarians, vegans, they eat nuts, they eat beans, they eat lentils, and they eat portobello mushrooms to get their protein that they need, that they wouldn't have gotten from meat otherwise. So I will take the meat part back. But you do need a certain amount of all of these things in your diet. Thing is people way overconsume sugars and carbs, and so that's what this video is talking about. So I want to do a reaction video to this with you guys, and I'm sorry, but I figured out how to do them, but I have to screen record it, and I'm like a little tiny dot on the side. So anyway, I will pause it and tell you what my thoughts are, and then I'll end it and then tell you a little bit more about why I'm against fad diets and why I agree with this video. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the little red subscribe button down there if you have not already. Like and share and comment. I'm anxious to see people's feedback on this. Let me figure out how to get this started and then put it in full screen.
Now we're going to add some sugar. So imagine this is sugar that you're getting when you eat a bagel, a muffin, or even a piece of fruit. Okay, the first bottle gets no sugar. The second bottle here got 1 teaspoon of sugar. The third bottle here got 2 teaspoons. And the last bottle here got 3 teaspoons of sugar. So this represents your body metabolizing or breaking down the sugar. Now, here comes the fun part. I'm going to put 1 balloon over one of the spouts of each bottle. Perfect. Now, these bottles will need to sit for a bit. Ready to see what happened? Look at this. The balloon on the bottle with the most sugar grew to the largest size. On the other hand, the balloon on the bottle with no sugar didn't inflate at all. And this same reaction can happen in your body when you eat sugar. Our gut bacteria feeds on the sugar, breaks it down, and a waste product is released. You guessed it, gas. So now it's easy to see why after eating processed foods, carbs, and sugars, we tend to feel bloated, uncomfortable, and gassy. And unfortunately, this is not the only thing sugar can be doing to your body, because that inefficient digestive system can cause your metabolism to slow down, leading to unwanted weight gain and other health issues. So how can you help your gut to react more like this than like this without completely...
Okay, you guys, 100% agree with this so far, because as a trainer, even though I'm not a professional trainer, and any professional trainer or amateur trainer is going to tell you the same thing that what she just showed and proved to you. Now, I don't know if you remember my video that I did some time back on the 6 exercises that you can do to get a firm tone abs in 6 or less weeks. Okay, and when I did that video, I also, not only in the beginning of the video, I also told you the diet plan you need to have. What did I tell you to do? Completely cut out your carbs and your sugars for at least 2 weeks. No sugars, no carbs, as little as possible. Only the sugars that come from natural sugars that you would eat, like an apple off a tree or something like that. That's the only sugars I wanted you to take in. Why? What did this just show you? What happened with those balloons? That is what happens to your stomach. So you can work and work and work to get the firmest stomach possible. But if you are taking in lots of carbs and sugars, you might as well stop that working out regimen that you're doing, because your hard work, nobody's going to be able to see it, because you're going to have all this fat and all this bloating from the sugars and the carbs covering over that stomach. What have I told you? Some days when I eat too many carbs or sugars that week and I do a workout video and oops, I'm showing some belly rolls. Why am I showing belly rolls instead of a nice firm toned stomach? Because I ate too much sugar and carbs for 1 or 2 weeks. That's the reason why. Okay, let's get back to it.
Changing your diet. Well, my number one piece of advice for folks trying to slim down is to know exactly which so-called health foods to avoid.
Harmful food number 1 is yogurt. Did you know that one General Mills original Yoplait yogurt contains about twice as much sugar as an entire bowl of their cereal Lucky Charms? Yes, it's true. The way yogurt is marketed makes me sick. Beware of any yogurt with added sugars. Keep in mind, a 6-ounce yogurt should have about 13 grams of naturally occurring sugar from milk, so anything over 20 grams is a big no-no. Also, beware of any yogurt claiming to give you probiotic benefits. When yogurt is pasteurized, it kills off many of those good bacteria. So unless you're making your yogurt at home, you're not going to get enough probiotic benefits to make a noticeable difference in your digestive tract. Fortunately, our American court system agrees. In 2013, General Mills paid $8.5 million to settle a class action lawsuit that claimed their Greek yogurt was not even a yogurt at all. Also, steer clear of any yogurt containing the number 1 fat-forming ingredient, high fructose corn syrup. That leads me to my number 2 harmful food, wheat bread. You may have heard brown bread is better for you than white bread. Yes, that can be true. However, again, the big companies are taking advantage of you here. Wonder Bread Stone Ground 100% whole wheat contains large amounts of my number 1 fat-forming ingredient, high fructose corn syrup. A 2004 study done at the University of Louisiana Medical Center by Dr. George A. Bray linked high fructose corn syrup to the rising rate of obesity in the United States. And I agree. Why is it so bad? 20 times sweeter than sugar, fructose is a chemical that isn't recognized by our brains. High fructose corn syrup confuses your ghrelin, which is the hormone that tells you when you're hungry. It also disrupts leptin production, which is the I'm full hormone. When these two hormones are out of whack, you never know when you're full. So what does your body do? It tells you to eat more and more and more. Dr. David Kessler, former head of the Food and Drug Administration, even appeared on CBS News exposing how high fructose corn syrup literally forces your brain to make you eat more than you should. You see, one thing our bodies are extremely good at is turning unknown substances into fat. The reason we do this dates back to how our bodies were designed thousands of years ago when we got our food by hunting and gathering. Because we never knew when the next meal was coming. Our bodies would store fat in case of tough times. When you consume things like sugar or high fructose corn syrup, things our bodies were never designed to digest, our bodies get confused. So it does the only thing it knows how to do with the foreign substance. It adds it to your waistline, love handles, or butt. So beware of any food that contains high fructose corn syrup. You might as well be pouring fat into your waistline. That brings me to my number 3 harmful food, cereal bars. Kellogg's Special K is marketed as one of the premier healthy cereals on the shelf. Yet, in Special K Red Berry's chewy snack bar, sugar is a component of the second ingredient, and then emerges again as corn syrup. Fiber One oats and chocolate bars contain corn syrup, sugar, sugarcane fiber, and fructose. Honey Nut Cheerios.
Okay, I have to admit, I am guilty of eating Fiber One bars. I have done that before, okay? But yes, I'm really realizing that they are not healthy as they say they are, as good for you as they say you are. And I really appreciate her bringing home the point of high fructose syrup, because, you know, it is worse for you than natural sugar. Because it is chemically induced. So, you know, if you're going to get a sugar substitute because you're diabetic, or you're trying to stay with 0 calorie because you're doing calorie count to make sure that you're paying attention to the type that you're getting, reading the ingredients labels, making sure that it doesn't have high fructose syrup or anything that is a sister, and I like to call it a sister to it, because then you are just defeating your purpose of losing the weight. So I really like how she brought that up.
Milk and cereal bars have sugar, brown sugar syrup, corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup, and plain old fructose. That's a recipe for plain old weight gain, if you ask me. Okay, now that I've told you the 3 foods you must avoid, it's time for me to share my 4 natural fat loss helpers. However, before I do, I need to warn you. These 4 fat loss helpers can allow you to get away with eating more of the foods that aren't great for you, as they'll help your body better digest them and turn them into energy instead of fat. However, there is one fat substitute you should never eat, no matter what. Can you guess how this item is marketed to you? If you guessed as a health food, you are correct. This item is usually marketed to you in the form of a fat-free potato chip. The scientific invention behind this fat-free snack is Olestra. Olestra was created by Procter & Gamble to be a calorie and cholesterol-free fat substitute. You might know it as Olean. However, soon after Olean appeared on the market, my colleagues and I fought back. We started educating the public to the dangers of this nasty ingredient. It's truly appalling. However, all the more reason we, the public, need to educate ourselves. So give yourself a pat on the back for watching this presentation today, and don't forget to share it with the people you care about. Now, Olestra or Olean has now been studied by many of my peers. Their tests show it's far worse than gluten or any other carb you can eat. This is because it blocks your body from absorbing essential vitamins A, D, E, K. Common reactions include diarrhea, cramps, and leaky bowels. Whatever you do, do not eat this ugly carb, whether you're using my 4 natural fat loss helpers or not. Here are the brands it's found in. The sad truth: there are more dangerous carbs like Olean out there, and the food conglomerates are inventing new ones every single day. Unless you go on an all-organic diet and prepare it in your own kitchen, it's nearly impossible to know exactly what you are putting in.
Oh, dang. Okay, so I love this part because here's the thing. I have a girl at work that is in love with ranch dressing. She has to have ranch on everything, and I keep telling her it's not good for her, it's not healthy for her. She won't listen to me. I'll tell her I have ranch dressing in small portions and not very often at all. And I try to stay away from it. I eat hummus, things like that for my dip instead, because hummus is a better substitute if you're wanting to dip your veggies in something or your chips in something than ranch dressing. And she refuses to listen to me, and she wants the ranch dressing instead. Now I wonder if she sees this, that it has that substance in it that can cause leaky bowels and diarrhea, now that they showed that as one of them. And I'll tell you that, man, back in the day when I was yo-yoing with my dieting, I did eat Cheez-Its. I loved them. But you know what? I'm so glad I don't eat those anymore. That, you know, seeing some of the chips and stuff that she showed me to stay away from, which certain ones to stay away from, I don't eat those anymore. Thank you for that. So, and that might be also part of the reason why I'm doing better with keeping my weight down. Anyway, just really cool. I'm really enjoying this video, and I hope this helps some of you that is following me on my YouTube channel.
Your body. The sugar and sweetener content of our food has increased by a factor of 20 times over the last 50 years. The sugars are being added to things you would never expect. For example, here is a bratwurst from Germany, and here's one from America. What's the difference? Yep, you guessed. The American bratwurst contains 50 milligrams of added sugar. It's no wonder the rate of obesity in Germany stays around 10%, while in America it's at 34% and climbing. Here's what's really interesting to me. If you look at the diet of our country versus Germany, the German diet appears to be worse. Lots of fatty meats, pretzels, and fried dishes called schnitzel are the most popular foods, yet Americans are 3 times as fat. Years ago, when a patient would come to me and ask for advice on losing weight, I would first tell them, exercise more. However, in this day and age of fake health foods and beverages, exercise is no longer enough. Right about now, you may be wondering if it's possible to lose weight without going on an extreme diet or cutting out sugars and sweeteners completely. The good news is, yes, it is. The truth is, I hate diets. It seems like every few years a new diet pops up and thousands upon thousands of people rush to give it a try. This is good, don't get me wrong. I think diet is a good way to give your body a break from bad foods. However, the thing I dislike is dieting is temporary. Unless you have the discipline to make a diet permanent, It often creates a roller coaster of losing weight, then gaining it back. Nod your head if this has ever happened to you. This is why I don't recommend dieting as the best way to slim down. I feel the same way about cleansing. Have you ever tried a cleanse, then a few days later found yourself back to eating the same bad stuff? These are the reasons why I do not recommend dieting or cleansing to my patients or to you. Instead of doing something temporary, I recommend you take a lifestyle approach. A lifestyle approach is a strategy that works with your busy life, doesn't require drastic change, and gets you the results you want to see and feel. I'm going to spell out for you now can often result in fat loss.
Okay. Love it. 100%. 100% on point. I am agreeing with about everything that she is putting on here because I have learned from yo-yoing. I'll admit I tried fad diet pills before. Those didn't work well. Okay, that's why I'm so much against them. I'm against extreme dieting like she is. I am for lifestyle changes. She's talking about lifestyle changes, the importance of having lifestyle changes. So that means you're going to have a lifestyle where you have a regular, I know she's going to get into this, and I'm going to be agreeing with her 100%, a regular exercise routine regimen, and cutting down and portion food control, and cutting out those carbs and those sugars. That is 100%, and those time way to lose the weight. It's the lifestyle change. Oh my goodness, I'm loving this woman.
Faster than crash dieting. And the best part, it requires just one simple change that takes just 3 minutes a day and gives your body support in burning fat all day. Here's a graph on how fat loss works when you go on a crash diet. And here's a graph of how your fat loss can work when you take a lifestyle approach. Sure, it begins slower. However, notice how your weight is much more likely to stay off over the years? Which one would you prefer? If you're trying to drop 5 sizes in a week, go ahead and click away now. That's simply not possible to do in a safe manner without surgery. However, if you'd like to, watch your weight get lower and lower each and every day. Give your body the best chance at lasting weight loss that makes you feel great about the way you look, not have to worry about your fat ever coming back, and still enjoy your favorite foods, then pay very close attention to what I'm about to say. I urge you to combine the 4 things I'm about to share with you with daily physical activity for maximum results. However, if you fear your busy schedule may get in the way of daily exercise, then it's even more critical you take action here. While the information I'm going to share with you now is simple, it's taken me 2 decades of helping overweight patients get slim to discover it. I can confidently say that what I'm about to show you is something you have never seen before with any weight loss system, diet plan, workout regimen, or anything else. You see, most approaches try to go after the fat on your body directly. They either tell you to burn it off with intense exercise or tell you to starve it off with an extreme diet. Instead, I'm going to recommend you start at the source. I'm talking about your digestive system. As you know, your digestive system exists to help you process food. Food contains the building blocks of your body's tissues and is the source of your body's energy. However, today's food is very different from that of our ancestors. As I showed you with the 3 harmful foods, we often eat things our body has no idea how to turn into tissue or energy. And do you remember what your body does when it ingests something unknown? If you said turns it into fat, you're absolutely correct. Here's a little jingle I tell my patients to help them remember this. Your digestive system can either make you energy or it can make you fat, but it cannot make you both. Let me say that again because this is important. Your digestive system can either make you energy or it can make you fat, but it cannot make you both. So what is your digestive system doing now? Do you find yourself having lots of energy or sluggish? Do you need caffeine to get yourself through the day? If you found yourself having less energy and gaining more weight, I can tell you as a medical professional, your digestive system is to blame. Noted weight loss expert Dr. Jeremy Webster agrees. In his words, poor digestion is one of the common causes of weight gain. If you cannot break down your food, absorb your nutrients, and eliminate toxins effectively, your metabolism will suffer and you will most likely gain weight. Here are a few other warning signs your digestive system could be responsible for excess body fat. Food sensitivities. Yes, I'm talking about dairy or gluten, bloating, excessive trips to the bathroom or not being able to go to the bathroom completely, skin breakouts, low libido or for men, lack of bedroom performance, bloating, gas or cramps, bladder issues or infections, including yeast infections, depression, inability to concentrate or brain fog, allergy flare-ups, as well as low immune function. Do you find yourself suffering from any of these things? If you do, your digestive system needs more support. The good news is once you begin giving it the support it needs, you may notice not just fat loss, but a disappearance of other bothersome issues. It's amazing how much improving your digestion can improve every area of your body. And that brings me to my 4 natural fat loss helpers, because you see, while I call them fat loss helpers, what they really are is digestive system helpers. There are 4 of them because they each fight one of the 4 enemies of poor digestion. Number 1, food preservatives. Number 2, bad gut bacteria. Number 3, overeating. And number 4, slow metabolism. My first natural fat loss helper is best explained with a hilarious yet freaky story. It was going around the internet last year, perhaps you saw it. David Wrinkle discovered an old McDonald's hamburger in a coat pocket, a burger that had been aged for 14 years. When he opened it up, he was shocked to discover it looked exactly the same as a fresh McDonald's hamburger. How? The answer is simple. It was packed to the core with preservatives. And the sad truth is it's not just McDonald's foods. Much of the food you encounter every day is the same. Breads, meats, canned foods, anything that big food manufacturers want to stay fresh longer, so they have a bigger window to sell it to you and a better chance of making a profit. What preservatives do is prevent bacteria from breaking down food. Here's the problem. They make it very tough for your stomach to break it down as well, or even know that it's food at all. The preservatives form a block around your food, and do you remember what your body does when it finds something foreign? Yep, it turns it into fat. That, or it runs it straight out of your body undigested. This is why preservatives are responsible for many digestive problems you may have experienced. Too many trips to the bathroom, bloating and gas, heartburn or indigestion, and most often constipation. One of the things that doesn't help matters is how fast we eat our food these days. You may have heard that you're supposed to chew each bite of food 40 times. This can help our battle against preservatives. However, in today's busy world, many of us forget. Another issue with preservatives is they make it hard for our bodies to get all of the nutrients out of our food. That can put your body in a mode of fat storage. When you're not getting enough nutrients, your body holds on to the fat it has just in case nutrients stop coming in. It's a protection mechanism that can make it almost impossible to lose weight. If you've tried dieting or exercising but still couldn't lose those stubborn pounds, this is probably why. Fortunately, Mother Nature has a solution to help fight preservatives, and this will also help you if you're a fast eater. Take 3 powerful nutrients called amylase, bromelain, and lipase before you eat. These 3 nutrients are digestive enzymes, powerful natural extracts that cut through preservatives and aid your body in the process of digesting food. However, do not go and grab any bottle of digestive enzymes off of the shelf, as not all are created equal. It's critical that you get one that contains these 3 nutrients, as each one plays a different role in breaking down proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. Bromelain also has properties that fight inflammation and support digestion of grains. If you've ever wondered how celebrities and wealthy folks stay...
Alright, you guys, you noticed I stopped the video where I stopped it, and the reason why is because I already know how all of these videos end up going. She's trying to sell you some kind of vitamin supplement. And I know that's exactly what she's doing. When you probably could go to your local health store and find those 3 enzymes in one vitamin somewhere at your local health store or even at your local Walmart, because they have so many vitamins and minerals for you to choose from. So I didn't want you to get, I didn't want to get involved in an infomercial on selling some kind of special diet pill, because she's trying to say she's not that diet pill person, but yeah, she's trying. I know you could tell it's leading into that, but I do so much agree with her. High fructose syrup is so bad for you. Sugars, carbs. That is the reason why, if you are trying to get the 6-pack, and if you can't get a 6-pack, not everybody is able to get a 6-pack. My husband, when he was really skinny, could not get a 6-pack, but he had a very toned stomach, and I was like, ooh, yeah. So if you're having a hard time getting a really toned stomach, or getting that 6-pack, even though you know you have the muscles there, but they're not completely showing through, it's because of all the sugars and carbs and all these other things that she was talking about in that video. You're intaking those processed foods, and that is preventing you from showing all of your hard work. And it's not showing through because it's getting covered and bloated with bloated fat, and being bloated and fat, and that's covering it from all those foods. So you need to get rid of those foods in your diet so that all your hard work shows, and also for your own health, for yourself, and so you can be there for your family members. So I do agree with this. I stopped it so you could hear on the ones I agreed with and why. And I think she was right on point with a lot of the stuff she was saying. So like I always said, like in my meal plan, go to my video for healthy recipes and more, and if you go into that playlist in the bottom in there, you will see my meal plan for me and you. My meal plan for me and you. I talk about it extensively for 30 minutes with you about how I lost my weight, how I finally kept it off, and what you need to do. And you'll see in there, I'm not asking you to do a fad diet. I'm asking you to do portion control and figure out a way to cut back on those unhealthy foods she was talking about in that video, and having a healthy diet that you can live with as a lifestyle every day for the rest of your life, incorporating exercise of some kind, even if it's just brisk walking every single day. If that's all you can do because of your health, then brisk walking 10 to 15 minutes a day, go for it. But do some kind of exercise every single day. So there you have it. That's how I feel about the video. I think it was very informative and very well done. So definitely get out there, cut out those carbs and sugars, and cut out those high fructose syrup foods that she was talking about in that video, processed foods, and get healthy and get back into those workouts with me or with somebody else. And the next thing you know, you're going to start feeling the difference in your energy level and the way you look, and within 6 months to a year, you'll be fitting in a different clothing size and feeling much better about yourself. Whatever you do, keep moving, keep eating healthy, don't ever give up. Like, share, and comment on this video. And if you have not yet and you're a new subscriber, new viewer, please don't forget to lower the subscribe button so you don't miss my videos. Check me out on my TikTok, my Discord, my Twitter as Dixie Cuddles Fitness, Dixie Cuddles _fitness on Instagram, and Dixie's Warriors with Dixie Cuddles Fitness in parentheses on Facebook. Have a wonderful night.